Hi guys, thanks for dropping by and welcome to the channel. Glad you could make it. We're going to continue on doing some comedy here, and of course, what's a week without some Would I Lie to You? So this is my featuring Paul. So it's with Ronnie Corbett, David Mitchell, and Sarah Millican. So we watch these shows all the time. I enjoy them. Other people seem to like them, so as long as they're there, I'm going to keep watching them. Starting to get a little bars on their website. They haven't posted any new videos in 2 years. Is this show still on? If you like the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and pass the video around. Let's get started.
Please welcome this week's special guest, Paul. Welcome, Paul. So first off, Ronnie, what is Paul to you?
This is Paul. Paul, I found one morning, bound and gagged in a bunker on the golf course next to our house.
David, would you tell us how you know Paul?
This is my driver, Paul, and he refuses to drink pints because his hands are so small.
And finally, Sarah, your relationship with Paul?
This is my news agent, Paul, and he once asked me to watch the shop for 10 minutes, and by the time he came back, I'd broken a window and there was a little boy had his head stuck in a crisp box.
Right, there we are. Ronnie's gagged golfer, David's small-handed driver, or Sarah's unfortunate news agent. Lee, where would you like to start?
Ronnie,
Yes.
this bunker.
Yes.
What were you doing? This is early in the morning.
Very early in the morning, because I go out very early in the morning, about maybe 7:15, 7:20.
On the golf course?
On the golf course.
In case anyone wants to use you as a tee.
It is upsetting.
It is upsetting.
Mind you, I shouldn't worry, because the other day I walked out in my big golfing flat hat and the greenkeeper rushed out and says, "These bloody mushrooms are early this year."
So you saw him on the... You saw him...
To be truthful, the two dogs, they went into the bunker. I thought, well, they're sniffing about that. And I went over there, and there Paul was, bound and gagged, in the sand, in the bunker.
And then what happened?
Well, then he was coming round, because I think he had had a bit of a night the night before, so I tapped him on the cheeks gently like that, and when I was tapping the cheeks and I'd undone the stringy thing and string around your ankles, you really relieved, came round, didn't you? And I took you back home to Anne for a cup of tea, a couple of bit of toast, and the dogs were very pleased to have found him. He'd been there all night.
What was this? Was this some sort of prank? I mean, was it a stag do or something?
Well, I didn't want to be too nosy about it. I wanted to look after him, get on the phone to his friend, have him collected and off the bloody premises.
Has he kept in touch?
We have, really, haven't we? Because we found that your wife was quite friendly with one of my daughters, I think. I remember we haven't seen enough of each other, actually.
Right, Lee, who else would you like to question?
OK, David.
Yes. When you say he's he's your driver. I mean, he's picked you up on occasions.
He was the driver on several series of Peep Show.
So you're a professional chauffeur, are you?
He's not allowed to answer.
He's a professional driver. Yes.
Have you ever picked me up?
He's not allowed to answer.
Are we allowed to see your hands?
Yeah, you can hold your hands out.
Oh, you could hold a pint of lager. What nonsense.
What's wrong with those?
I've got tiny hands.
Have you?
Yeah, probably smaller
You're
than
my kind of lady.
David, tell us about the whole business with the pints, then.
What Paul told me is that he always chooses to drink bottled beer because when he holds a pint,
Wait, this isn't at the wheel, is it? This is...
No, but on a night out, he chooses to drink bottled beer rather than pints because he gets laughed at for holding a pint glass because he sort of has to use two hands.
Are you sure they're not serving it in buckets?
Maybe there's some course you could go on to make your hands bigger.
Should speak to Ronnie about that. Now, what about Sarah, Lee?
OK, so how old were you?
It was only a couple of months ago.
Are you a regular in his shop?
Yeah, I buy a lot of chocolate.
And what happened while you were in charge?
I was trying to shut one of the windows because it was quite cold, and he had like quite high ceilings. You know those sticks that have got the hook on the end that you can shut a window, and it sort of went through the window.
What's the shop called?
Paul's.
It's called Paul's, is it?
Yeah.
Just Paul's?
Yeah.
Not Paul's shop?
No. Well, it's
Paul's.
obviously a shop.
To be fair, Marks and Spencer's.
What about this boy who got his head stuck
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
in
him.
a box of crisps?
Well,
How did that come about?
It was at the end of the school time, sort of 4 o'clock, and there was a rush of little kids, and one of them just wanted to get himself some crisps out the box, and it was the last one, and he got his head stuck in because he sort of went in.
The cardboard boxes with all the crisps in
with
the
the
hole?
hole. Yeah. He couldn't quite reach, so he went
He put
in
his head in,
first.
and it was stuck.
Yeah.
And you couldn't think of any way to unstick him?
Well, I don't really do kids.
The crisp box thing doesn't ring true. They're not that big, are they? You have to put your head in.
If it was a little boy, he hasn't got a head, no offence, the size of yours.
His arms are of reasonable length,
Yeah,
presumably.
that's a good point.
We need a guess from you, Lee. Is Paul Ronnie's bunker buddy, David's tiny-handed driver, or Sarah's unfortunate newsagent?
He does look...
All right. So who do I think it is? Is it the drunk guy on the golf course? I don't think so, because I think your first question would be, "What happened to you?" So it's a funny story, but I don't think that is David Mitchell. Well, it's not usually him anyway. So that would leave. What's her name? Sarah Millican. Sarah Millican. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sarah Millican. No, I don't know. I'm gonna say David Mitchell. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, let's go.
like a driver.
Can I have a look at the back of your head?
Back of his head?
Yeah. Do you recognise the back of his head, Julian? He's a driver.
But I don't believe he's a northern shopkeeper because his shirt is too nicely ironed.
See, this is the dilemma now. The dilemma is...
You're saying there's no chance of it being
It's
Ronnie's.
unlikely, but I'm not saying it's definite, right? I want that to be true more than any other story I've ever heard in my life. Because that's what I want to see Ronnie doing in the big chair next time. You're not going to believe it. I can't do the voice. All right, I can't do the voice. And if I could, I wouldn't keep doing it.
Ronnie, can you do an impression of Rob?
No.
I've never felt the need to do an impression of Rob.
You want the glasses?
I love the glasses, yes. There we are. How about it? There we are. Oh, my word. Goodness me. And in a packed programme tonight. Good Lord, you get vertigo in those.
Oh, God. Nobody without these, you know. God.
So, what are you going to go for?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's the driver.
You think it's David's driver?
David's.
Holly?
That's what
Yeah,
I
I think it's
said.
David's driver.
I think it might be Sarah because she looks like the kind of person that could break a window and almost kill a small boy in 10 minutes. I'm going to overrule my team and say it's Sarah.
Oh, bold.
OK, you're
gonna go with
saying
my
that
gut
it's
feeling,
Sarah and the
and I'm gonna
newsagent. OK. Paul, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Paul. I'm David's driver.
David's
And
driver.
I don't think time's put me out of
Yes, well, If ever there was a harsher warning of the dangers of a fascist state, I'd like to see it. Thank you very much, Paul.
All right. Okay, so that was This Is My featuring Paul with Ronnie Corbett, David Mitchell, Sarah Millican, and, well, me. So, I don't know how you did. I got it right, but mostly just by dumb luck. Yeah. So, all the stories were kind of funny and, not really out of the question. Although Ronnie's, I think, is that Ronnie Corbett? I don't know which Ronnie that is. That's one Ronnie. I think that's Ronnie Corbett. Anyway, his story was very funny, but hardly unlikely. And then he said he didn't want to, be nosy. Yeah, I don't think so, because I think that would be the first question you'd ask is what happened. So let me know how you did, and be sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications, pass the video around, and I will see you on the next one. Have a nice day.